Luther McCarty was a well-known boxer in the early 1920s. Many people consider his cause of death to have been an unfortunate coincidence. But two important facts related to his case make his story somewhat mysterious. Luther McCarty was born on March 17, 1892, in Nebraska, United States. Records state that his mother died the following year. His father suffered from obesity, and it was difficult for him to take care of his two children. Perhaps that was why Luther spent his adolescence very worried about his health. As a teenager, he always ate well and trained in the gym. He discovered boxing through a friend and aspired to be a professional athlete. When he was 16 years old, in 1907, he married his sweetheart, Rhoda Wright. The couple had their first and only daughter, Cornelia Alberta, in February 1911. During a boxing match with some friends from the city, he caught the attention of local fight promoters. In 1910, he replaced a fighter named Yank Kenny, who had left town the day before a fight. Luther fought so well that in January 1911, a month before his daughter was born, and at age 19, he made his professional boxing debut. In a brief match against Watt Adams, he won in just 2 rounds with a knockout. The fighter had already caught the attention of many due to his 1.95 meters height. His career began to take off meteorically. Luther had 7 more official fights that year. The first of them was against the legend Joe Grimm, who was known for his iron chin. Despite Luther's best effort, the fight ended in a draw. Joe was a hard man to defeat, so a draw was a victory. Of the other 6 fights, 5 ended with a knockout win for Luther. His reputation grew, a superstar was emerging, and he became a real contender for the formidable Jack Johnson, one of the toughest fighters of the early part of the century. The future looked very bright for the boxer. In 1912, more fights were organized and Luther decisively won the vast majority of them. Many other heavyweight boxers of the time had little or no chance when they were in front of Luther. Because of this, fight promoters were keen to stage the long-awaited fight between Luther McCarty and Jack Johnson. Despite being a fight that was eagerly awaited by many, no one could have imagined that this fight would never happen. On May 24, 1913, at the age of 21, Luther was at the Tommy Burns Arena in Calgary, Canada, to fight Arthur Pelkey. When the boxers were about to be presented to the public, a local pastor asked to enter the ring and make an announcement to a 6,000-strong crowd. This was an unusual request, but the organizers authorized it as he was well known and respected within the community. What would be strange was the coincidence of his words with what was to happen minutes later.
I would like to thank those present who contributed to this fight. Part of your ticket price will be used to buy the bell for our church. Your coins will buy a souvenir for God's house, and this will be a credit to all of you in the big book. Everyone must take credit in the big book, for no one knows who or when the great arbiter of the universe, our Lord, will call us to his side. Thank you very much.
The bell sounded and the fight began, but it didn't even last 1 round. About 2 minutes in, Arthur punched Luther's chest just above his heart. He fell heavily, and the referee, Ed Smith, started counting. Luther lay motionless on the canvas. The referee paused. He knew something was wrong and immediately summoned the medic. After 8 minutes, Luther McCarty was pronounced dead. His opponent was so confused that he stared wide-eyed for a long time. How could just 1 blow extinguish a life? The exact cause has never been fully determined. At first it was believed that the cause was heart failure, but they found that Luther's neck was practically broken. Researching further, They learned that Luther had fallen from a horse in the days before the fight and dislocated a neck vertebrae. Arthur Pelkey's blow likely worsened the dislocation, thus causing Luther's death. The mystery of this case is not only the fighter's unexpected death, but also two inexplicable facts that happened shortly after. While Luther lay on the floor and the referee was counting, an ethereal light was seen in the ring. But this light illuminated just the motionless body of the fallen boxer, shocking the spectators. The only known photo taken of this moment has been debated to this day. Stories circulated that this photo had been faked or simply doctored to sell newspapers, but many in the arena claimed that the light was genuine. And this photo isn't the only inexplicable event which occurred at the arena. Just 2 days after the fight, the venue mysteriously caught fire, leaving only ashes. The cause of the fire was never discovered. A neck broken in an unusual way, an ethereal light coinciding with the death of a pugilist, and a fire may not be connected and be just a coincidence. But these facts have remained a mystery for more than a century. Luther McCarty died on May 24, 1913, at age 21, leaving his 22-year-old wife and 2-year-old daughter.